What's going on, guys? MDLP from the Battle Axe, the Strongman gym in Miami, where strength is everything. Making a recap video about nationals. Some of you know, some of you don't know. I qualified for nationals sometime next year and went October 4th and 5th in the middleweight class, which is like 231 in my subdivision. So just to simplify it, some guys don't know, especially people that don't do the sport. It's middleweight, has 200 and 231. I'm in the fatties of that group at 231. I meant me and my team. About my team, I meant the guys that I train with, my brothers in Iron, from Iron House as well, which is a gym up in Davenport, Florida. Alan, Scott, John, Rich, and then myself went. I made trips throughout the training cycle because Alan's been coaching me and we were just a team all together. So we went out there and hit nationals up. So they did amazing, all of them placing top 5. Alan Colley getting his professional card or his pro card in the heavyweight division because it's just bad as shit. It's awesome. But I'll speak for myself and my experiences. I don't want to speak for those handsome gentlemen. So as far as just the way the show was held, it was very professional. You can tell these guys have been doing this for a long time. Very efficient, no bullshit. Just done really nicely. It was in the Circus in Reno. Streets were cut off. It looked really nice. The weather was great. Events were there. No real complaints at all how things were settled or done. So many people to do. It was over 200 people there. And I felt pretty good. All my events were PRs as far as compared to training, the training cycle, which is exactly what you want to set out to do. My pressing could get better, but I think that I left more motivated than just beat up or kind of upset with myself. Anybody that was there obviously deserves to be there because you need to qualify, but I didn't want to place or go there and just be there. I understand it's an experience. I understand that it's cool and you can, tell your kids one day about it. I don't want kids. I hate them. So I wanted to really just, feel good about myself and make a statement. And make my team and my gym proud, obviously, the people that have supported me and dealt with my weight cuts and my grumpiness and my injuries. So it was something that I really wanted to set out to do. So I ended up taking 16th in the whole class and 15th as a 231, which my goal was to finish top 20. So really, really good there. I beat a lot of my times. My best events were the car deadlift and the kegs, which both were, I think one was 7th in the nation and one was 8th as far as times and reps, which is really cool because those are two events that I'm really good at, and just being compared to the nation in a sense, and saying and making a point that at certain things I can hang and other things I just need to get a little better at, was a real confidence booster. So obviously I have confidence problems, as you can tell by my handsome face that I normally don't get out. So I think it's a big deal for me personally to have made a statement for myself. I didn't really go out there and say, oh, I want to beat that guy, or I saw that guy on Instagram, I want to beat him. It was more about proving that I deserve to be there. And just by the environment, just by how I felt, I think that, a statement was made. So that being said, it was really badass to see a lot of people that I've either looked up to or was able to talk to via Instagram or social media and see them compete. Some guys out here at 231 are just scary, man. Just like another level of strength. But I think it was a really cool experience to see everybody. And, it came down a lot to consistency, being resilient, not getting crazy, and not making mistakes. It's pretty much how I think in bigger shows, obviously this being the biggest show I've ever done, that's what it boils down to. Obviously, sometimes you got to be a little reckless and push yourself and go crazy. But I really think that in the long run, it's about being consistent and not making mistakes and just being resilient, not getting injured, not dropping things, not listening to the judge, listening to the rules, communicating, little things like how you chalk your hands, where you put your belt, what shoes you have on, all that kind of stuff goes a long, long way. And it's things that we overlook on small shows, and it's cool. And my stupid ass actually forgot my knee sleeves and my elbow sleeves, and I had to drop like $90 to buy new sleeves there. And luckily my boy Rich had a pair of extra sleeves that I can put on my elbows. So little things like that list of things that just you think you know, and then you get there and you forget things, but it was no big deal. But those are things I think go a long way. Waiting for the commands, seeing what other competitors are doing. If they're tilting the keg on the first go and no one says anything, then maybe you should tilt it too. Where they drop the implements. What is your lane doing? If you're, nationals, for those who don't know, had 4 lanes going. See what your judge is doing. See what he's really tough on, or see what he's really looking at. If he wants this particular thing exactly over the line, then you better get that shit there. It's just the part of dealing with human judges and communicating and being responsive. But that's it. I think that, I can go on and on. Actually, I've already been talking for like 6 minutes about the experience. I think it was a life-changing experience. I think that coming back from nationals has me on another level as far as mentality and just overall fire burning inside. It's sorry, I'm full and I'm sick. Just the way I view things, where I'm at nationally, just more motivated, and obviously a huge fire under my ass to get better. Obviously I'm going to compete in local shows and continue to train, but my eyes now are in Platinum Plus and to do better and to get to the Arnolds like all my friends did. And it's one of those things where I know I need to make more statements and continue to stay healthy. Obviously, listening to my body, making sure that I last long enough or no major injuries to get to these big events. But, as far as my mentality coming back from here, it's obviously the biggest show, the biggest battle I've done, and on the largest scale. Crowd was great. People were great. It's just, I'll never go back. I'll continue to do better and just expose myself to this kind of training, this kind of level and intensity for the next few years until chasing the pro card in middleweight, which is, in my opinion, probably the most competitive and stacked class of amateur strongman. I'm not saying heavyweight isn't, and of course it is, but I think middleweight is such a very popular weight class. It's like right in the middle, and it's the only other class really to get a pro card. So it just keeps me more motivated, and at least I feel that being 15th there in the nation is pretty cool. I mean, it was cool to come home to that. Again, I understand that there's a lot of strong motherfuckers out there that probably couldn't make it or couldn't afford it. And I get it, but I think that a lot of us made a lot of sacrifices to be there. We saved early, and we worked hard. I think anybody that showed up for that competition is probably taking strongman at the highest level. Not to take anything away from people who couldn't get there for whatever reasons, but I think it's very important to know that when you get there and you do well or whatever, that you've made a statement for yourself. So thanks for listening to this ridiculously long rant. Just talking about experiences. I just wanted to get that out there. Everyone was cool, met everybody. So many people to mention individually, except for my team. I don't want to. So many people there. Total had so many boy crushes. I was there. I was like, oh my gosh, oh. But I'm just kidding. I wasn't. No homo. No homo. Some of you guys are just really fucking strong, and I was all sad about myself, like a small lesbian cousin, that my 645-pound deadlift is really nothing. So, thanks for everything, guys, and cheers.